How long does it take to speak English fluently? Is your goal to speak English fluently? Fantastic! You're in the right place. But what does fluency actually mean? When can you consider yourself fluent? How do you know when you've reached that point? And most importantly, how do you become fluent? That's what we're talking about today. Suppose you're new to this channel, welcome. Before we dive into how long it takes to become fluent, let's clarify what it means to speak English fluently. Most people agree that fluency means being able to communicate comfortably, naturally, and easily in a variety of situations. It's not just about using English correctly, it's also about feeling confident while speaking and listening. Fluency isn't directly tied to how accurately or perfectly you speak. Fluency means being adaptable and flexible when you speak. The more you immerse yourself in learning English, the more you realize that fluency is not just about knowing the words. For example, understanding someone who doesn't speak flawlessly but communicates effectively with gestures, body language, and intuition can still be considered fluent. What you need to know about fluency. First, remember, you don't need perfect grammar or a vast vocabulary to be fluent. If perfection was the requirement, even native speakers wouldn't be considered fluent. The Oxford English Dictionary contains over 270,000 words, but most educated English speakers use only 20,000 to 30,000 in daily conversations, a far cry from the total number. If you're here watching this video, you probably know around 1,000 to 3,000 words, enough for simple, everyday conversations. Most advanced learners know between 4,000 and 10,000 words. So, what do you think fluency is? Let me know in the comments. What does fluency mean to me? To me, fluency means being adaptable and flexible when speaking, being able to express your thoughts clearly, and navigating through conversations even when you get stuck. It's also about understanding others, so listening skills are just as important. You don't have to understand everything perfectly, but being able to ask questions to clarify is a part of fluency. Many people have shared great insights about fluency. For example, one mentioned that fluency is not necessarily about accuracy, but about being able to communicate effectively in a short period, without pausing or hesitating. I completely agree. Fluency is more about how effectively you can communicate rather than perfect accuracy. Similarly, another person emphasized the importance of consistent practice. Studying every day, even for a short period, can accelerate your progress. It's the daily practice and immersion that build fluency faster. You don't need to score an 8.5 in IELTS to feel fluent. You can feel fluent much sooner than you think. Fluency is important because it gives you a sense of freedom and ease. It opens up new opportunities for you, both mentally and in the real world. When you build confidence in your fluency, you'll start saying yes to new experiences, traveling independently, connecting with mentors, applying for jobs, or hosting meetings in English. Fluency truly unlocks endless opportunities. Fluency develops through real conversations and interactions. Engaging in conversations with native speakers and pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone helps you progress faster. How long will it take to become fluent? Most experts believe it takes between 12 to 18 months to become fluent, depending on how much and how often you practice. If you're an intermediate learner and spend 15 minutes a day speaking in different situations, plus a little extra time on vocabulary and grammar, you could feel fluent within 12 to 18 months. That's a big commitment, right? If you're already advanced, but don't feel fluent, a similar practice routine might take even less time. However, if you practice inconsistently, your fluency timeline will extend further. Fluency develops gradually. Some days you may feel great, while on other days, it might seem like you're back to square one. Your fluency can depend on the situation, the topic, the person you're speaking with, or even your surroundings. You'll feel more fluent talking to friends about familiar topics than when speaking with strangers about less familiar subjects. The role of practice in achieving fluency. Consistent practice is key. Even if you feel discouraged at times, returning to regular practice, even lightly, without expectations, helps maintain your progress. Remember, every small step counts. And that is where the importance of having an action plan to improve fluency comes into play. I encourage you to create a daily practice routine that fits your schedule. Focus on speaking and listening. Signs that you are becoming fluent. To help you see your progress toward fluency, here are 4 helpful questions to ask yourself regularly. Did I feel comfortable speaking in English? Pay attention to when you feel at ease. At first, this might happen with friends, then with people like shopkeepers or teachers. It won't always happen, but don't overlook it when it does. How hard did I have to think before speaking? Did you translate in your head first? Celebrate those moments when you speak without translating. These are signs of fluency. How well did I understand what someone else said? Measure your understanding with a percentage. Did you know 50%, 80%, or everything? Keep track of your conversations, who you spoke with, and the context. This will help you notice your progress. Did others understand what I said? Did they respond correctly, or seem confused? These questions help you track your fluency development. If you're watching this video, you may not feel fluent yet, or want to feel fluent more often. Remember, fluency isn't a permanent state. It varies with context, tasks, and people. To train yourself to be more fluent, focus on areas where you already feel confident and build from there. Thank you for joining us today. If you enjoyed this lesson, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next video. Looking forward to seeing you in the next session.